I remember the exact time because of the damn microwave clock. 12:04 a.m. That eerie blue light blinking like a heartbeat in the dark kitchen. I was heating leftover spaghetti. Nothing special. Just one of those quiet nights you don't expect anything from. And then came the knock. Not the kind you get when someone's panicked or angry. This was soft, deliberate. 3 knocks, evenly spaced. Like whoever it was had all the time in the world. I froze. My microwave beeped behind me, but I didn't turn around. Another knock, same rhythm. Knock, knock, knock. Now let me be clear. I live out past town, in a small rental tucked behind a tree line off Highway 87. You don't just walk out there unless you're lost or you're looking for something. And at that hour, nobody comes knocking unless it's bad. I stepped toward the door, quiet as I could. Didn't turn on the porch light, didn't say anything. Just looked through the peephole. No one. Just the empty porch bathed in moonlight. I waited, my breath tight in my throat. Then a whisper. "Sir, can you help us?" I jumped back. It wasn't loud. It was right there. Like someone had leaned in close to the door and spoke through the wood. I didn't answer. Then the whisper came again, this time from the side window. "We're cold. We're lost. Please, let us in." I crept to the window and slowly pulled back the curtain. 2 kids stood in the gravel driveway. A boy and a girl, maybe 10 or 11, both wearing hooded sweatshirts, zipped up high, barefoot, pale, motionless. They didn't shiver. They didn't glance around, just stared straight at the house. The porch light flickered once, then went out. That should have been it. That should have been when I closed everything, locked the doors, and turned off the lights. But I don't know what came over me. Something compelled me, like I wasn't fully in control of myself anymore. I unlocked the deadbolt and opened the front door. The kids didn't move. I cleared my throat. "You okay?" I asked. The boy raised his head, slowly. His skin looked too smooth, almost waxy under the moon. "We need to use your phone," he said flatly. I hesitated. "Y'all live around here?" "No." The girl stepped forward. Her voice was like sandpaper, rough and too mature for her size. "Can we come in now?" It was only then I saw their eyes. Solid black, no white, no pupils, just a void. I stepped back instinctively. My fingers clenched the edge of the door. "What's wrong with your eyes?" I asked. Even as I said it, I was already trying to shut the door. Too late. The boy took one step forward, then another, like he was gliding. "We can't come in unless you say yes," he whispered. "Say it." Everything in me screamed don't, but my mouth opened. "Fine. You can come in." As soon as the words left my lips, the air changed, like the pressure dropped in the house, like something huge and unseen had just entered with them. The door shut behind them on its own. They sat down on my couch like they'd been there before. Didn't speak, didn't blink. I stood in the doorway, heart hammering, unsure if I was dreaming or if I'd finally lost my mind. My phone on the kitchen counter started vibrating. I ran over and picked it up. No number. Just blank. Then it went dark, completely dead. I turned to ask them what was going on, but the girl was already looking at me. "We just need to rest," she said. "For a little while." "No," I said quickly. "You said phone, that's it. That's all I agreed to." The boy tilted his head. "You invited us. You let us in." Then I heard something upstairs. Heavy footsteps. But I lived alone. I grabbed the baseball bat from behind the fridge and crept toward the stairs. With each step I took, the air got colder. The house started to creak like it was breathing. At the top of the stairs, every door was wide open. All the lights were off, except for one, the bathroom, flickering fluorescent light, and something inside was moving. I called out, "Who's in there?" My voice cracked. No answer. Then the mirror shattered, all on its own. I ran down those stairs so fast I almost fell. Back in the living room, the kids were gone, just gone. But the front door was still shut. That's when the scratching started. Not from the walls, from inside the TV. I turned around just in time to see it power on. No input, just static. And in the middle of that white noise, 2 dark figures standing side by side. They weren't moving, but their heads slowly turned toward the screen, toward me. I yanked the plug out of the wall. The static kept going. I stood frozen, gripping the bat, praying this was a nightmare. Then, all the lights went out. Every door slammed shut. and I heard them whisper, right behind me, "Thank you for letting us in." The whisper sent a chill down my spine that no winter wind could match. I spun around, bat raised, but nothing was there. Just the TV still hissing static. I backed away slowly, heart racing, sweat prickling my neck. "I want you gone," I muttered. "I take it back. I don't want you here." No answer, just silence. Then, the hallway light flicked on, a single bulb, flickering, buzzing faintly. I moved slowly toward it, unsure what I'd even do if I found them. The hallway was longer than I remembered, stretching deeper than a single-story home should allow. I stopped, looked back. The living room was gone, just endless hallway. I whispered, "What the hell is this?" And the voice came again, not from ahead, but behind me. "You let us in. Now you see us." I turned, and they were standing there, the boy, the girl, but their faces were shifting, like someone was rearranging their features from the inside out. Eyes where the mouth should be, nose melting into nothing, and those black eyes, spreading, taking up more of their heads. They stepped forward. I ran. I didn't know where I was running to. The hallway kept stretching. The doors along the sides started opening on their own. One showed a dark forest. Another had a hospital room with a figure under a sheet. Another showed my bedroom, except I was still in it, sleeping. I stopped, stared. That was me. Same pajamas, same scar on my chin, breathing. But if I was in the hallway, then who the hell was that? The girl stepped up beside me. "You should go back to sleep," she said, voice low. "You weren't ready." I turned to face her. Her eyes weren't black anymore. They were empty, just hollow sockets, bleeding. I slammed that door shut and kept running. The floor started to pulse under my feet, like a heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. The rhythm matched my own. I tripped, fell hard, and when I looked up, I wasn't in the hallway anymore. I was back in my kitchen, staring at the microwave. 12:04 a.m. The spaghetti was still turning inside, the hum of the microwave like a lullaby. And then a knock. Same one. 3 times, even, steady. Knock, knock, knock. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. I already knew what was coming. This wasn't real. Or maybe it was. The door opened itself, and the kids stepped in again. "Second chance," the boy said. "Let's try again." I screamed, loud and raw, tried to throw the microwave at them. It wouldn't budge. The girl walked over to me, placed her cold, clammy hand on my face. "You keep pulling away," she whispered. But we're already inside. I blacked out. When I woke up, it was morning. Sunlight poured through the windows like nothing had happened. No broken glass, no hallway to nowhere, just my boring little house. But the front door? Still open, and on the welcome mat, 2 small, bare footprints. I tried to move on. I did. Went to work like normal. Avoided talking about it. Told myself it was a dream. Sleep paralysis. A hallucination. But then the dream started. Every night, the same sequence. A knock. My hand reaching for the door. Darkness swallowing the house. And those eyes. Black. Endless. I started seeing kids around town. On the bus. In the parking lot. At gas stations. Always just watching. Not blinking. I'd walk up to people. "Hey, do you see them?" They'd look at me like I was insane. One guy even called security. I was losing it. Fast. The real breaking point came a week later. I got home from work around 7, pulled into the driveway, and saw someone sitting on my porch. A small girl, hoodie, bare feet. I didn't get out of the car, just stared. She looked up, black eyes, smile too wide for her face. I backed out and drove away. Slept in a motel 2 towns over. And when I came back the next day, everything in my house was moved slightly. Nothing missing, just shifted, like someone had walked through, curious, tasting the air, leaving fingerprints on the soul of the place. I stopped sleeping, paranoid, jumpy. Then I got the email. No sender, no subject, just a message. "You shouldn't have said yes." I clicked delete. It popped up again, and again, and again. I smashed the laptop, didn't matter. I started hearing the knock, even when I wasn't home. At work, inside elevators, at the back of my dreams. Knock, knock, knock. I don't remember what sleep feels like anymore. I started keeping all the lights on, moved my bed to the center of the living room, got rid of every mirror in the house, boarded the windows, but it didn't help. The knock still came. Some nights soft, some nights so loud they shook the walls. always at 12:04 a.m., and I knew I'd never be safe. Not really, not since I let them in. That's when I started researching. Forums, obscure blogs, Reddit threads buried under hundreds of downvotes. People all over the world saying the same thing. They had no whites in their eyes. They asked to come inside. After that, things were never the same. One woman in New Mexico said her husband let them in and was found catatonic the next morning. Eyes wide open, lips cracked, mumbling the same sentence over and over. He invited them. He invited them. He invited them. A man in Toronto swore he saw one of them age in reverse, from a teen down to a baby, all in seconds, then vanish into smoke. Someone from Kent said their house burned down after they turned the kids away. Their only surviving neighbor reported hearing a voice whisper, "We never forget." So I did something I never thought I'd do. I went looking for them. If they wouldn't stop haunting me, I'd confront them, find the origin, end this. I packed a bag, a camera, 3 flashlights, holy water, even though I didn't really believe in that stuff. And I drove, back roads, forest trails, old ghost towns people don't even name anymore. One night, around midnight, I found a small, abandoned chapel in the middle of nowhere. Roof half collapsed, candles burned down to wax puddles, and on the wooden door, 3 knocks carved into the frame. Not words, knocks. 1, 2, 3, and underneath in chalk, "We only ask." Inside, it was cold, too cold for summer. My breath hung in the air, and in the front pew, they were waiting. Boy, girl, same black hoodies, same bare feet. But their eyes were worse. They were bottomless now. Not just black, but moving, like liquid shadows were swirling inside. I didn't speak. I just stood there. They did. "You came," the boy said. "We didn't expect that," the girl added. "Most run, or go mad." Her mouth stretched just a little too far as she smiled. I raised the camera, clicked, flash went off, and the walls screamed. I'm not joking, the walls screamed. A noise so loud and wrong it made me drop to my knees. Like metal grinding on bone, like 1,000 children wailing from under the floorboards. The kids didn't flinch. "Pictures won't save you," the boy whispered. "You said yes. That's forever." I threw the holy water. It turned to steam before it hit them. And then, everything went black. When I woke up, I was back home, or at least a version of home. It looked the same, but outside the windows, just darkness. No sky, no stars, like the house was floating in nothing. I screamed until my throat burned, begged, prayed, cursed. Nothing helped. Then I heard the knock. This time, from inside the house. They walked into view, casually, like they'd been here the whole time. "You wanted to understand," the boy said. "Now you do." The girl took my hand. Her touch was ice. "You're one of us now." My reflection in the blank TV screen. Black eyes, just like theirs. I tried to cry. No tears came. It's been months, or maybe days. I don't know anymore. I still live in the house. To anyone outside, I probably look normal. Maybe I still go to the store. Maybe I still answer my phone. But inside, I'm hollow. Something's wearing my skin, saying my words, but it's not me. I see kids sometimes, standing outside other homes, always watching, always waiting. And sometimes, when a door opens, I smile. The next time someone knocks after midnight and asks to come in, don't answer, don't even speak, because once you say yes, there's no going back. Unback.